Hey guys, this is Rich from Wilderness Vans. I'm really excited today. I'm going to run you through our new build that we've just finished up. This is the West Coast Double. It's based on a Ford Transit short wheelbase mid-roof. It's a really compact unit that will still seat and sleep for any journey. The whole idea with this van is that people are going to get outside, so you do still have some creature comforts inside that we're going to run through in a little bit, but the idea is you're spending most of your time outside. So let's go and take a look. So we're going to start off at the galley unit, guys. As with all of our builds, we use really high quality products. A lot of them are imported from Europe. So we'll start up here at the top with our Dometic 2-burner and sink combo. This is a really nice unit. It has a large burner and a small, all run off propane and electric start, as well as the sink, which folds away nicely, and then you pull it up to use it, and an electric faucet. It also doubles up. This glass top is really nice. It adds extra counter space when you're not actually when the burners and the sink aren't actually in use. So then we'll move down to this drawer here. This is your access for your propane. So we have two different spots, one for a propane tank that's in use and one for a backup. And they're really nice and easy to hook up and take off. And then we're going to move down here to our water system. So this is a grey water and a freshwater tank. There's a 12-bolt pump inside that basically, as soon as you flip the tap on, it'll start pulling water out of that freshwater tank. And that's really nice because it means it's not running constantly, you're not using battery power constantly. They're all secured in there with strapping, and yeah. So next up we have our fridge. This is a Norcold unit. It's 2.7 cubic feet. It's a really nice size in this vehicle. Just has enough space to fit all the essentials that you would need, as well as a little freezer box up in the top here, and that's a temperature controlled unit as well. So I have in the galley unit a nice timber drawer storage area back here, which has an upper shelf and then room for slightly larger items on the bottom. So I'm just going to run you through our drawers in here. Same as with all our builds, we use the Blum soft close hinges, which are a really lovely unit. It's a nice action forward and backwards, and like I mentioned, they are soft close. We finished this one in raw ply. It just made sense a little bit more for us. It's all pocketed and Craig screwed to keep it nice and stable. And again, the soft close feature is something that's really nice. We also use the push knob to lock so that it's not going to open when you're traveling down the road. So also on the galley here, we have all of our electrical inputs. So your system monitors for your diesel heater, as well as around here for the solar panel and the battery itself. We have a double USB input here, 12 volt right next to it, and then two 110 plug-ins that can only be used when you're on shore power. So this van has three ways of charging the batteries. There's a 300 watt solar panel on the roof that will charge when the van's moving and stationary. The movement of the van itself and the alternator will also charge the batteries, and then you can also plug the van in externally into shore power to charge and to run all the electrical systems. The other thing that we added in this unit is a really nice table. So this is a two-way adjustable table. It not only swivels on the top but also at the base. So what's really nice about this is that you can set it to wherever you want it. You can also remove it, so when you're in transit, and also if you just want a little bit more space in the van, not only the tabletop, but the leg releases as well. Really nice eating space for two people. You could also use the front seats as eating space as well. So next we're going to take a look over our window that we have in this unit. This is an acrylic dual pane window that has a lot of functions to it. So first off, we'll go through the opening functions. Lots of latches to keep it nice and secure. 3 different set positions for when you're opening. As well as that, it also has a venting function. So there's a halfway latch in here so that you can just vent the window. And another nice feature is that we have a dual blind system on this window. So you have a bug screen at the top so you can keep the window open and all the bugs aren't entering into your vehicle. And then on the other side, we have a blind function, which is a blackout blind, so it's going to keep everything nice and dark inside. You can also do a halfway house like that. So if you want a little bit of privacy, also a little bit of ventilation, this is a really nice system to install into a van. Okay guys, so next up I'm going to talk about the seat that we have in the unit. This is a 1200 trifold seat, finished in a grey leatherette, nicely stitched, super comfortable, folds out into a nice double bed. It also moves just like a regular seat in any car, and that allows you to adjust the leg room as you are close to the galley unit. Underneath the seat as well, we have our diesel heater, which also includes an LPS and a CO2 detector down here, so that keeps everyone nice and safe in the unit, and a single vent that's adjustable. Okay guys, I'm going to walk you through how to turn our 1200 trifold seat from seat mode into bed mode. We're going to start off by removing the headrests. The next thing we're going to do is remove the upper portion of the backrest. So the next step is to lower the back portion of the seat. And to do this, you grab the rear tab, hold on to this, lift the tab, give it a quick push, and then lower it down. So next is to grab the front strap and this strap on the lower portion, pull the strap up and lift up to a vertical position. The next thing we're going to do is grab the middle strap, pull up, pull this seat portion down, and again lay that into a horizontal position. Then we move the whole seat back. So grab the bar, push back until the rear of the seat hits on the rear gables. We take our rear portion of the upper seat, place it into the lower, grab the front tab and lower it down. Remember to tuck your seat belts back away. Now you have a bed. Okay, so we've designed the storage areas in this van to be fully accessible when the seat's in bed mode. So as you can see, the seat sits nicely with the bottom of the cabinet here. And you have full access on both sides to the biggest storage option in this van. So you can put clothing, any bits and pieces you might need when you're sleeping, or bits and pieces that you don't need during the day in these. Okay, so next we're going to talk about a new product, guys. This is an Italian-made power lift and lower bed. It's a really nice smooth action with custom made in Canada upholstery. We also cut into the walls of this van to give yourself a little bit of extra space to sleep. So this bed will comfortably sleep anyone up to 6 foot. We have auto stops on the top and bottom, so the bed will never lower further than this cabinet, and it will never raise too far. And we also have an emergency up and down system in the back there that's just controlled by a socket. So we've done something really nice with the lighting in this van. We placed these lights underneath the bed that are all routed in through the bed frame, and that allows for great reading light in the seat position as well as in the lower position. When you actually lower the bed, we've installed 2 LED lights running on the same plane as the front ones. And these are also in a really nice position so that when you're in bed, you have a separate switch up here to turn off and on, and they act as really good reading lights. Okay guys, so in this unit, we're using a MaxxFan ventilation system. It has an acrylic top on to keep all the wind and water out, an electric on-off, as well as an electric in-out reversal, and it's a manual open for the acrylic top. Okay guys, so in this van, we've really tried to focus on getting as much usable storage into this compact design as we possibly can. So on either side here, we have two large tambour tracks with a double shelf in for really nice storage for clothing, etc. One on either side. And then in the back, we have a storage door in here, which has, again, two different shelves on, same quality. So in here is your battery storage and controllers. So we have two 200 amp hour AGM 6-volt batteries in this unit. Really nice and tucked away. Down here we have a fuse board, controllers, two 110 sockets to use when you're on shore power, a USB and a 12-volt plug-in. Okay guys, so as well as the storage on the sides of the cabinets here, we've also done a lot to really try and incorporate as much usable storage space into the floor area as we possibly can. So as you can see from the seat base here, we've allowed room either side to fit longer items such as skis, poles, hiking poles, anything like that will all slip down the side. And then the nice thing about this 1200 trifold unit is that this back section here, the seat can still be used with the back section in the horizontal position. So what's really nice about that is you have the space to store taller items in here, but then you can also separate the rear of the van into two separate storage compartments. So you can have a lower compartment, and then for all your wet gear, dirty gear, anything you want to put on the floor can be stored down here, as well as having a space for your clean, dry equipment above it. So another thing to mention in here, guys, is the insulation that we use. We use a closed cell spray foam insulation on the ceiling, the walls and the floor in this van. And that just helps to keep everything nice and toasty, but also it stops your grey water and fresh water from freezing up, as well as keeping everything inside the van at an ambient temperature. Okay guys, so that's the run through of the West Coast Double. Here at Wilderness Vans, we're really excited about this van. Just the compact nature, the fact that it seats and sleeps four for a long road trip, something that we're really keen to put out there into the market. So it's worth mentioning we do custom builds for our vans, we do spec builds, as well as certain pieces. So if you just want a galley unit for your DIY van that you're building yourself at home, then that's something you can find online at our website. The website is wildernessvans.com, Instagram's Wilderness Vans, and Facebook as well. And that's about it.